also aware that desperate politicians are recruiting and arming cultists and other miscreants to be used to attack and intimidate voters during the polls. I wish to warn that no responsible government will close its eyes to the threat posed by these cultists, fanatical party support groups, and their associations in the state. Consequently, I have directed state agencies to raid any suspected area or premises down to these politicians to disturb the safe.
Well, government used political leaders of using
support the society and peace, security, voters to decide their rights without fear of decision before, during, and after the elections. I feel that there's nothing to fear.
In the meantime, Rivers State Police Command said the arrest of over 30 persons in Bulletin Sunday was pure a criminal matter with political of their members around armed during a meeting yesterday in Port. A spokesperson of in Race Iringekuku said the police that have and riding in Hillock van stormed the venue morning in the community. A government statement accused the PD the state of the attack, and he called on the police to investigate the attack and arrest those. Also spoke on this, saying the attack is scare away APC members.
So yes, last night, guiding the people with some agencies that came with us at 5:25. But when they came in with 3 helos. We of government has police. They now shot Subagari on the air, dispersed our supporters, and gathered away with the jet, vandalized, so and left. On my question is why most of them told me that those are police that came and they suspect the government has. There's no they can shoot them.
Governor Nyesom Wike in calling on the Nigerian military to remain apolitical during the general elections. Some of them who spoke to our correspondent fear that military involvement in the elections may scare voter turnout. They, however, suggested the use of other paramilitary outfits to curb unrest during the election.
When we involve the military, the extent of force that they exert will not be too good for the people or for the society. In most cases, they are just trying to kill, and when they shoot to kill. And their presence may even affect voter turnout, because even when they are involved, they seem to be compromised also, and they play one role or the other. Let the police be empowered. Compromised also, and they play one role or the other. Let the police be empowered, be neutral, live up to expectations, and play the role that's expected of them.
They don't know how to handle civilians, easily intoxicated by power. There are some paramilitary agencies you can use, like the civil defense, Nigerian police force, other paramilitary, not the military. The military is not suitable to be deployed for this election process.
The way the country they now if military involved, what of bloodshed with them.
Recall that Governor Nyesom Wike had over the weekend said for the interest of the country's democracy, the military must adhere to President Muhammadu Buhari's commitment not to interfere in the 2023 general elections. In other news, Governor Nyesom Wike has sworn in 5 High Court judges and 2 customary Court of Appeal judges. Was speaking during the brief swearing-in ceremony at the Government House in Port Harcourt. Governor Wike said INEC, judiciary and the security agencies should be held responsible if the general elections is truncated.
At this transition period, they should hold the judiciary responsible, the security agencies responsible, and they should hold the INEC responsible. Because all these flimsy excuses, politicians don't allow us to sleep. Nobody can bring gun and put on your head and say you will not sleep. So know that if this country collapses this period, security agencies are responsible and the electoral umpire they are responsible. If INEC wants to conduct a free and fair election, that they can do. If the security agencies want, there will be peace, that they can do. And if the judiciary wants the law to be interpreted the way it is, that they can do.
Well, the 5 justices that were sworn in as High Court judges are Asivosuo McCarthy Orie, Comfort Ifekmotu Awaji Adango, Beauty Ihuoma Emmanuel Okere, Omonigo Nwibani and Prince Chika Mini, Justice Odiki Daniel Kaliu and Justice Tekenwi Ngeli Elero Bari were sworn in as customary Court of Appeal judges. Away from that now, today is the International Day Partnership with Men and Boys to transform social and gender norms to end FGM. 13 out of the 18 political parties in Nigeria have threatened to withdraw. I beg your pardon. Political parties threaten to withdraw from general elections if CBN extends deadline for Naira swap again. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. 13 out of the 18 political parties in Nigeria have threatened to withdraw from the 25th February and 11th March elections if the CBN extends the deadline for the Naira swap again. The coalition of chairmen of political parties commended President Muhammadu Buhari on the Naira redesign, insisting the policy must stand, while the parties also tackled the Kaduna, Kogi and Zamfara state governments for heading to the Supreme Court to get a court injunction to extend the Naira swap deadline slated for 10th February. Meanwhile, 4 microfinance banks in Rivers State have been selected to issue the new Naira note to Nigerians. The branch controller of the CBN in Port Harcourt, Mr. Maxwell Okafor, told our correspondents that they are also in discussion with banks with mobile ATMs to make the cash easily accessible to Rivers people. The Trade Union Congress, TUC in Rivers State, has given a 7-day ultimatum to President Muhammadu Buhari to resolve the issues around the CBN cash swap, or it will be forced to take action as a labor union. The chairman of TUC in the state, Ikechukwu Onyefuru, made this known while speaking to newsmen in Port Harcourt today.
Nigerians are waiting. The 7 days is already counting. From Rivers State Council of TUC, we are counting. After the 7 days which the president has asked that we, the citizens of Nigeria, should magnanimously allow him, we will remind him if he's not able to resolve the issues and provide money to Nigerians. We will remind him that he has failed us and we may be compelled to take actions to ensure that we survive as a people.
But Mr. Onyefuru also blamed the relevant government regulatory agencies for failing to discharge their duties. And of course, long queues have remained in Rivers State as residents struggle to buy petrol between 370 naira and 450 naira per litre. Our correspondent who monitored filling stations around water lines, Rumola and Bolu axis of Port Harcourt, reports that most filling stations are closed. Only NNPC limited filling stations sell 189 naira per litre, forcing many to queue as early as 4 a.m. at their various filling stations in Port Harcourt. Well, some residents spoke to our correspondent.
I've been here over 4 hours now. I don't know how to classify this situation. All I know is, by God's grace, it's going to be well one day.
I came here by 5:30 and I've been here. This is almost past noon. I've not taken breakfast. I've not taken lunch. So the situation is terrible. The good thing is that why you're seeing this much queue here is that they are selling government-approved price, which is 189. Because ordinarily I would have gone elsewhere to buy, but the price is outrageous. You buy 450, 380. So, and I don't even know if I'll get the fuel today. The line is not moving.
Why you're still seeing the queue everywhere is because right now there's no cash anywhere. There's nowhere to withdraw. Even the POS doesn't even have cash. The filling station, you just have to use your...
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
A rescue operation is underway across much of southern Turkey and northern Syria following a huge earthquake that has killed more than 2,300 people. And that's the news, but before we go, another look at the major highlights of the stories. On the news this evening, you heard that Governor Nyesom Wike has directed security agencies to clamp down on cultists and support groups used by politicians to cause violence. The Rivers State Police Command says the arrest of 30 persons is not politically motivated. 7 new judges were sworn in today in Rivers State. 13 political parties have threatened to withdraw from the 2023 elections if the CBN shifts its new Naira deadline. Today is the International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation, and on the foreign scene, 2 major earthquakes in Turkey and Syria have killed more than 2,000 people. The news was edited by Martha Okere. Clear weather in Port Harcourt this evening. Cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this evening. Vote. Your vote is your voice. My name is Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening. And now stay back to listen to a broadcast by Governor Nyesom Wike.